baby. Man, oh man, have I missed y'all. What is going on, everybody? Alive and well, alive and well. And I'll update you guys on a minute. But thank you so very much for tuning in on a Wednesday evening, Christmas Eve edition with your boys. Reporting eligible live, man. That feels good to do that, man. Absolutely. As you all know, quick update. But before I do that, man, bro talk, how you been? What's going on, man? How's your week been thus far, brother?
Oh man, I think the week has been encompassed as the Madden play that a lot of people run. It's quarterback kneel, just
Oh,
getting through the
baby.
week to
Mm.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. The holidays came up on us, and yeah, I'm just happy to have you back. The fandom, the chat, they've missed you, and I'm glad you're
Mm.
back.
Yeah.
Rocking a early Christmas present, as you can see on my head. My wife gave this to me as a Christmas. Actually, my kids gave this to me. I really enjoy it, and then I've got the matching PJ set. My
Let's
family, we're
go.
all we're all wearing it. So, Merry Christmas to those that celebrate.
Absolutely, man. Yes, yes. So, all right, folks. It's been a while. It's been more than a month or about a month since I've been MIA. I just had a lot of personal things going on with me. I've been absent from this YouTube space and a lot of spaces because family's everything. Family is first, and had to make sure that minds were we're good and ready. I'll update. On December 3rd, I lost my father, Christopher Lowe, and it was a tough time. It was a tough time for me and my family, of course, losing a loved one that early, that young. So I'm on here today, coming back, with a heavy heart. But I'm happy to be back because I need this. I need to be back in this space. I feel like I owe it to a lot of people too, because there's been an overwhelming amount of people reaching out through comment, via cell phone, text message, you name it. The outcry and outpour support has been tremendous, man. And to every single one of y'all, man, I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do appreciate it. A lot of people I've never even met before just leaving comments with, sending well wishes and prayers, and they were much needed and was so kind, and so welcome and so receptive to each and every one of them. And I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, I love you too. Thank you, man. Hi, bye 45. Appreciate you. I love you too. Um, it's been a tough couple weeks, and I'm glad to be back in this space, rocking alongside my guy Bro Talk, who's been holding it down since I've been away. And I just can't thank you enough for stepping up the way that you have, and just being by my side as well, in this situation. But thank you so much again. Thank you to everybody. I sincerely mean it. Your boy Berto definitely, and family, we definitely appreciate your thoughts, your prayers, your well wishes. And like my dad would say right now, man, just shut up and talk about these Falcons, man. The show must go on. So, Pops, I love you, man. I'll see you soon. And definitely, let's get this going, baby. Let's get this going. The Falcons riding a hot wave, 2-game winning streak, eclipsed a win in Arizona, something we haven't done since 2001, man. And it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of that, to absolutely witness that in the fashion that we won on Sunday, man. We got a banger here, man, with Bijan Robinson. Not just the show, but with Bijan Robinson eclipsing the 2K mark, man. At 24 years of age, this young running back is doing things that only a few in the running back room have been able to do it before the 24 years of age. He's in the rare air with guys like Clinton Portis, Barry Sanders, Christian McCaffrey, and Bijan himself eclipsing the 2,000-yard mark, all-purpose yard mark, that is, for running backs. But Bro Talk, your quick thought right on Bijan and what he's done as a Falcon in just 3 short years, man.
I mean, it just shows how special of a player, and kind of smacks the people in the face of complaining that we took him at eighth overall. Like, he's been well worth the pick. He's a special talent, special player. You can say he's a generational talent. And for him to
Mm,
eclipse 2,000 yards, to be the third Falcon to ever do it in front of his hometown, right? His home
mm,
state. He had a huge showing out, huge crowd.
man.
He did it in front of them. He balled out. The
Mm-hmm.
Falcons balled out. It's just, people are already talking about his contract extension. I think that's the least of his worries,
Yeah.
just because of the type of person that he is. He wants to win. it's been 3 years. We're not going to have a winning season again. He wants to just get over that hump before he even thinks about talking about numbers. But I'm so happy that we have him, not only as the player, but as an individual, what he gives back to the community and just his bright spirit. So, Bijan Robinson, all-time great already in just 3 years for the Atlanta Falcons. So, awesome to see the win. Um, God, this man is on a ski trip in Utah right now, and he's doing this. No, the right quarterback, the one with the star on his helmet, made the Pro Bowl because he actually knows how to play quarterback. Got me off track. My gosh. Anyways, but yeah,
Oh
it
man.
was great to see. Like you said, something since 2001 we have not done, win in Arizona, and the first time ever we won in State Farm Stadium. Like that,
Mm.
that to me when I didn't know that, and then when the broadcast said that, that to me was crazy. It just
Hmm.
of all teams, right? The Arizona Cardinals have not been a good team in recent years. I mean, they were good when Kurt Warner and Larry Fitz were there for a short stint,
Yeah.
but that's been about it, man. So overall, great dub. Going into Christmas, the holidays with a win. Now our eyes set to the big matchup on Monday night.
Which we'll definitely touch on in a little bit. So make sure y'all stay tuned. But still breaking down this Arizona Cardinals win. 26-19 was the score in a game where, I panicked because here it is almost going into the half and the Cards were, well, I think they were up, right? If I'm not mistaken. Um, and I'm like, oh man, I guess typical old Falcon fashion. We're gonna play down to the competition, but we didn't. Second half, different team came out. Obviously, with Bijan doing it, Tyler Algier, the most forgotten running back in the entire league, was fed the ball, and him and Bijan had a similar game. Actually, 16 attempts for both running backs, 79 and 76 yards respected. Average close to 5 yards per carry. The Falcons were able to control the ground game, but the receiving part is what sticks out to me. And it is one guy who just keeps and it's crazy to say he keeps on, right? He's only been doing it for the past 3 weeks, but Kyle Pitts, God damn it, man. Who is this man and where has this man been, for these Falcons, man? Again, putting up only 57 yards, but he scored a touchdown in the red zone,
Need some
giving him
impact catches too during the game.
impact catches. He's been Kirk's go-to man on third downs. He's making the tough contested catches over the middle. So it's wonderful to see Pitts and what he's been able to do for this Falcons offense. Like I mentioned, 1 TD, giving him 5 on the year. And it's a thing in Atlanta for each year that he's been with the Falcons. Same TD result. So 5 so far for Kyle Pitts. I'm confident that he can break that this year because he's on a little, he's got some traction going on. But how Zach Robinson has been able to feature him more in our offense is the most eye-opening thing for me. Of course, it took Drake London, unfortunately, to go down for this to happen. But Pitts and Zach seem to be on the same wave here now. What do you feel about Zach and his? Just can we say he's maturing or is he's improving as an offensive coordinator? Is he? What do you
I,
say, man?
I mean, it could be partially that because you're seeing new looks as far as passing concepts, running concepts, and the play calling seems to be connecting. Like it
Hmm.
doesn't seem like kind of thrown to the wall and hopefully it works.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I think the players are starting to execute a little bit better. Maybe they're
Yeah.
more comfortable. It's terrible to say because we're in year 2 of Zach Robinson, but maybe they're more comfortable now. And like you said, Kyle Pitts, they aren't forcing him to stop. They're getting him on the run. So if it is a catch for him, it's a catch and run. And now we can use his athleticism to get as many yards as possible. And it was great to see because if you look at the targets, Kyle Pitts had 9 with 7 catches, right? And
Hmm.
you think that would go down with Drake London returning. Drake still had 8 targets. He only
He
had 3
still did.
catches, a couple
Hmm.
drops, unlike, we all saw it, right? He didn't look
Yeah.
himself. He was
No.
knocking some rust off. That was to be expected. Unfortunately, it cost me my fantasy championship title, but nonetheless, right, we came away with the victory. And it's just great to see, right? So then that begs the question. A lot of fans are like, well, this just means that they're going to run it back. And yeah, you might as well prepare yourself for that to happen. Jesse Palmer's reporting otherwise, Albert Breer's reporting otherwise, but we know our owner, right? He's not that
Mhm.
type of guy to rip off the band-aid. He wants to give chances and benefits of the doubt,
Mhm.
and it forces you to pull your hair out. But if they can continue this snowball effect, in retrospect of last year where it was a complete collapse, but now you're building off of it. Yes, they're against some bad teams, but you're seeing the positive, right? We see how tough it is to win in the NFL. We lost to the freaking Jets, right?
Mhm.
That tells you how hard it is to win in the NFL. And we lost to the Patriots by 1 point, right? So those two teams are on opposite spectrums, but it was a competitive matchup, right? And to your point, it's like, oh, we're playing to our competition. Maybe we'll see that, right? If Monday goes the way it's supposed to, then yeah, we'll play to our competition. I'm actually really excited for this matchup. I think we match up well. Um, but it was fun to see because it truly didn't feel as predictable as it has
Mm.
this
Exactly.
entire year and last year, because it was like, up, we're running left, up, we're running right, up, we're running up the
Mhm.
middle, or up, here goes a little go ball to Drake. Like, no, it was truly moving
Mhm.
people around, moving the pieces around, and Kirk's kudos to Kirk, man. He spent his time studying the playbook, getting his feet under him, getting healthy, and now he is performing at the level. Right? We never expected Kirk Cousins to be an elite quarterback when he came to Atlanta. We expected Kirk Cousins to be what he has been these past 2 weeks, and now we're seeing it. So again, they may run it back with the three-headed monster of Raheem, Zach, and Kirk. So be prepared.
Funny that you mentioned that trio. The Falcons have gone out and hired a sports firm to check the health or wellness of the coaching within Atlanta, which sparks, of course, conversation. Right? Obviously, that sparks conversation. What is this firm entitled to? What are they checking? What are they determining? The health of this Falcons organization on. Obviously, we know as the fans, right? Raheem Morris's blunders, Zach's inability to, just in game, just what do you call it? Just change within the in game. He doesn't know how to adapt properly to certain things as the game goes on. His game flow or management has been garbage for most of the year. So, what does Arthur gain from just hiring a sports firm to come from the outside in? It's something that we've done in the past, if I'm not mistaken. When they hired Arthur Smith, there was an outside, group that came in and did the analyticals for Atlanta, which ultimately led to Arthur Smith. But with this one, within season still, does that not make you feel like, okay, Atlanta's definitely going for a change?
It could speak to that, right? And Arthur is probably exhausting this to just get another outside perspective, someone that's not in the building day to day that might be skewed one way or the other, and just get that outside perspective. But typically, when you see that, it's kind of like, okay, I can't gauge what it feels like in the locker room, what the building feels like. Do I need to make a change? Should I make a change? Right? Because people are they're already in his ear, right? He sees what they're talking
Absolutely.
about in the media. He sees all the things on social media, especially his son, right? His son is younger. He's probably active on socials, so he
Right.
sees all the things being said. And I think the reason why is because the players are still playing hard.
Hmm.
They are still playing to win. Now that could be just a pride thing, because me personally, if I was a player, I wouldn't care who my head coach was. I would still want to go out there and win, right?
Hmm.
Because that's just my competitive nature. But could it be for the fact that, hey, we want to play for Raheem and we want to play well, right? I'm going to take you back, right? That big podcast that dropped with Julio, Roddy, and Harry, right? Julio talked about how it was the players' fault that got Dan Quinn fired. Nobody, everybody still loved Dan Quinn, and
Hmm.
they wanted to play well for him. We could see the same thing happening here for Raheem, right? Raheem is known as that player's coach. And if he's changed, if he's turned the corner, right? Broke the curse. We've seen that trending for Atlanta fan bases, right? The 3rd and 28 that we converted, we came back from 14 down. Like, all these
Hmm.
things that we normally are accustomed not doing, right? They're now starting to go our way. So it's like, is the corner being turned, right? A lot of people are out of patience, and I completely understand. It's going to be an interesting thing come Monday after that final game against New Orleans. But I think I was 80% Raheem's getting fired, but now I'm more 50-50. Like,
Mm.
I'm now swayed. Like, it could go either way. And I'm not saying one is good or one is not. Just, Again, be prepared. Your mental state. Be prepared that Raheem
Right.
Morris could be back.
Yeah, and Jesse Palmer, who also works for Bleacher Report, dropped a quick live the other day on the Bleacher Report app. And, when asked about Raheem and, from what he's heard, it's more likely that they're going towards a change more than anything. And of course, this wasn't last year or 2 years ago where the coaching tree or the coaching prospects were hot and heavy. Of course, the Mike McDonald's and the Ben Johnsons and the Mike Vrabels. Now we're going, if we do change into this year, it might be just a handful of candidates, or praying on if LaFleur gets ousted or McDaniels gets ousted from the Dolphins or the Packers, that we pry them right away. So it's like, would it make sense actually to part ways with Raheem? And like you mentioned, be prepared to run it back with them if the Falcons don't feel like there's a worthy candidate out there. I like to think of it this way. We see and we use McCarthy, or McCarthy has been thrown around. McCarthy had opportunities to come back as a coach. But what a lot of these guys do is they take time away from the game just to, evolve, just to reestablish themselves as play callers, critical thinkers in this game, because in football is all critical thinking, man. You got to be, one step ahead of your opponent. And this day where the game is ever changing, you feel like the NFL changes on a week to week basis, man. We see so many innovative things on offense, and that's privy to guys like McVay and Shanahan. Hell, even Liam Coleman, look what the job he's doing with Jacksonville, man. Everything is ever changing on a day to day. So I don't know. Maybe a McDaniel or LaFleur might not be what the Falcons need right now. That might sound crazy, but it's just they gotta wait for the right candidate to be available in order to pull the trigger. But go ahead.
I got a couple names, and you just tell me yay or nay. Like,
Sure, got you.
if these guys got fired or they mutually
Mhm,
parted ways, and Raheem's, his announcement hasn't come, you tell me
mhm.
yes, get rid of Raheem and hire this guy, or
Yeah.
no.
Hmm.
You already said two of them.
Yep.
Mike McDaniel.
I'd pass on McDaniel.
I would as well. Okay. Who was the other guy you said? Now I'm brain farting on
Le-
him.
Uh,
LaFleur.
LaFleur. You know, I text you that night with the Bears, and I said, if LaFleur loses this game, I think he's out of fucking Green Bay. So with that being said, yeah, I think I'd give LaFleur another shot.
I would take LaFleur in a heartbeat. Okay.
Yeah,
He's a no nonsense guy, and
you see it on the sideline.
you see it
He's
on
in
the
your face.
sidelines, right? You see it on the
Hmm.
sidelines, right?
Hmm.
And he expects a lot, and he's just an innovator on the offensive side of the ball. Okay. Kevin Stefanski.
Oh
That was
my God, 100%,
I would as
one
well,
hundred
right? A
percent.
change of
Yeah.
scenery for him may be
Uh,
the tipping point. A lot of people are like, "Oh, the Deshaun Watson situation, the Shadura situation, like he may be trying to get himself fired. He may want out of Cleveland. We don't know." Jesse
mhm.
Palmer said that, right?
Yeah.
He may just need a change of scenery. Me, I'm on the Stefanski train. Okay,
Mhm.
John Harbaugh.
Um, no, I'd pass on him.
Okay, and
And that might sound crazy, but you figure, what has Harbaugh done since his Super Bowl stint? Really, that's
he's gotten to an
uh,
AFC title game in recent
he's gotten
memory.
to, recent memory, but
He's won division titles.
I mean, is it him
It's
or is
been
it the talent that he's been able that Eric DeCosta's been able to acquire?
hold on.
I'm just going there. Hold on, go ahead.
How many coaches have come out of Baltimore under his
Not
tree?
many. Oh well, shit, not many, right? Yeah,
Nothing that
no,
stands out other than
no.
Seattle's
All the
guy.
Yeah, and Wink Martindale, but he made his rounds in the NFL, and then he went back down to college, and I don't
Right,
know where the
right,
hell
right.
he's at now.
Okay, I'd be okay passing on Harbaugh as well. Like I'm not saying
Yeah,
like we should go for it, right? Kevin O'Connell.
I'll take Kevin O'Connell.
I would 100%. You
Yeah,
hesitated too much for my liking.
yeah, no, only because I'm like, oh shit, Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback situation, how he's mitigating through it now. Fuck it, we'll give him a chance. Why not? I think he can work wonders with fucking Michael Penix once he's
Absolutely,
100%.
absolutely. Okay. Um, Brian Flores.
Oh, such a deserving guy, so deserving. My goodness.
He's a no nonsense guy as well.
He's a no nonsense guy, man. I would have to pass on Brian Flores.
Ooh, I would be okay taking Brian Flores. I'd be okay with it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um, Last one I'll throw at you.
Mhm.
Vance Joseph.
No,
I'd pass on him as well.
I would pass on him ASAP.
That Broncos GM has done a really good job building the
Yep,
talent that he has on defense.
absolutely. Guys that fit his scheme. Let's just put it like that. I would say. I would think,
Oh,
right?
hold on. So you're
Hmm.
saying the GM
Hmm.
brings in talent based off what the coach needs?
Hmm.
Huh.
Very interesting, huh? Well,
Interesting.
what do you know? That just springs us
Interesting.
forward
What,
into.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
What defensive coordinator are we on in the past like 4 years?
Oh my God, was this 4 or 5 already?
This is, yeah, 4 or 5. Huh. No wonder Arnold Ebiketie really hasn't taken him. No wonder the boy wonder Troy Anderson. Hopefully, hey Troy, if you're on Montana, make your way back to Atlanta. You're signing a 1-year deal, by the way. That's
Oh
for another.
God.
That's another topic for another day. But anyways,
Oh my God. And all of this is Terry safe? We have to run that conversation back. And what I
ooh,
did was this all right, no, so I kept this. I haven't well, I made a couple updates, but this I made up in early February about the hits and misses on a show I did on Bleacher Report, which I'm still a part of. Hold on one second. Let me add this. And okay. So I didn't put on this year's
sure.
draft, obviously, because we weren't at that point yet.
Yep.
But this is what we have compiled thus far. This is the 2024 draft. Obviously, Michael Penix, as you see, eighth overall, Ruka Roro, Braylon Trice, who we're still waiting on. So at the time, I had color coded these as waiting, misses, and hits under Terry Fontenot's
Yeah, that
tenure
first
as a Falcon.
draft was terrible.
This is the draft that Terry and Atlanta fan base has lived and died on a hill for.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is the one that he gets heavily scrutinized on. Is this one, rightfully so? Drew Dahlman, the only hit. I would change the Kyle Pitts. Or would you keep Kyle Pitts as a miss right now? Or
Right
would you change
now,
that? Yeah,
because
would you change that?
you don't want to live in recency bias. So yes, I would still consider him a miss because
Okay.
it wasn't consistent throughout his 5 years. Like it just now clicked for him. And how old
Fair.
is he? 24?
It's
25?
24, man. Yeah.
So hey, we were asking a 20-year-old, 21-year-old to carry the team. Like that's a lot to ask for when he's playing with grown ass men, 30, 32, 33-year-old men that have been in this league for a long time.
Hmm.
And I would still call it a miss, specifically, right? Because
Hmm.
you look at the history, hindsight, right? How many all pros did Terry forego for Kyle, right? Kyle
Yeah.
was the unicorn. You could have taken the one that people bring up all the time, the two guys, Panay Sewell or Jamar
The
Chase,
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
right? You just had the incident. You just traded away Julio. You needed that replacement, and then we fell into the Calvin Ridley situation. So
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, right? He wouldn't have
Hmm.
been a Bengal. He would have been a Falcon. But
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So now 2022, obviously, when I did it back in February, Arnold Ebiketie for me was a hit because he was coming off such a strong back end of the season for the Falcons where he had 6 sacks. But I would definitely change that as a miss because Arnold hasn't really been able to be consistent. And obviously, so many interchangeable names at defensive coordinator. Really, no one has been able to truly unlock what Arnold Ebiketie's strengths are. But as you see there, obviously Drake's the hit. Arnold for me would be a miss. Changing that color. Then you see it. Troy Anderson is a miss. Your best ability is your availability, and he hasn't been that for the Falcons. You can, right the ship on Desmond Ritter, and then D'Angelo Malone. Obviously that was the extra third round pick we did acquire from Matt Ryan, turned into D'Angelo Malone's 82nd overall pick. That's been a miss. Tyler Algier was an absolute hit. Justin Schaefer, the the guard, the offensive lineman, and then you see John Fitzpatrick that he's still in the league, plays still at the tight end position with Green Bay, who went he got hurt. I think it was Thursday night
Yep.
or Friday night against the Bears. There, he's still in the league. You know,
So
would
you go from 1 hit to 3 hits.
yep,
Okay, that's
3 hits.
progress, right?
That's progress. The guys, like I mentioned, that you're still waiting for going into 2023. Javon Gwynn, he's been serviceable. Still with the Falcons. He fills in as center, as guard as well. DeMarco Hellams, obviously, you know, he had that splash comeback in the preseason versus the Lions with the hits and the coverage skills, but then he hasn't been able to fully, put that onto the field in more meaningful games for Atlanta. But 2023, when you look at it, it's all hits, man. Just about. Bijan Robinson,
And
Matthew Bergeron,
starter.
starter. Zach
Zach Harris
Harrison,
is a starter when he's
he's a
healthy.
starter. Yep. Clark Phillips,
I
I put as a hit.
I would as well because he provides depth. He may not necessarily be a starter in the league. He's got we talk about this all the time. Real technical, great footwork, fluid hips. His size holds him back. I think he's a hit regardless because a 4th-round guy as a depth piece that you can maybe plug in a game or two and
Mhm.
and be impactful. I think that's a hit.
I think that's a hit too. Now, just last year's draft, obviously, right? Michael Penix, at the time, it was a hit, right? Why was it a hit? Because you needed stability, or you needed reassurance at the quarterback position after having a quarterback room that ranked towards the bottom of the league ever since Matt Ryan's departure. Many people were clamoring for Michael Penix in 2024. The Seahawks were rumored, the Aints were rumored. He fell right to Atlanta. Michael Penix, whether you like it or not, right? Not you personally, but for the folks listening, right? He was going to be a top 10, top 15 quarterback taken in that year's draft. He just went 8 to Atlanta. I know it gets ridiculed because obviously the need was pass rush. And there was several pass rushes there. Lateo Latu, Jared Verse was available. The kid from Alabama that plays for the Vikings.
Dallas
He
Turner.
has Dallas Turner, who's really hasn't done much. So imagine taking Dallas Turner at 8. Man, we would have been heavily ridiculed. We would have probably said, "Oh, we should have took Michael Penix. We should have took somebody else." Regardless, Michael Penix was the pick, and I think it still was the right pick. Rookeroro, obviously, we're still waiting. In a sense, I think he's still a raw prospect that's still learning the defensive tackle position. I put him as a hit. I think that was my mistake. We're still waiting to see. Obviously, Braylon Trice, we're still waiting to see on him. An absolute hit was the fourth round pick, man. Brandon Dorless, finding him at 109 in the 4th round, absolute steal, absolute hit. You're seeing what he's doing so far, and we'll touch on that in a little bit.
Oh,
Steve Rogers before the serum,
number
JD
40.
Birdham,
Yep. Miss.
miss. Chase McClellan, a miss. Casey Washington, a miss.
You could say
And
he's a miss.
Zion,
Yep.
yeah, Zion, he's no longer on the team. I think he's still with Buffalo right now. And then obviously this draft class speaks for itself, man.
4
From
hits.
4 hits, 4 impact guys, from Xavier, Billy Bowman, if he would have stayed upright with that, unfortunately that Achilles got him, but he was trending in the right direction, man, being a budding star in the league alongside Xavier. We already see what Jalen and James Spears Jr. are doing for the Falcons on that defensive line. So you would say 2025 was an absolute hit for the Falcons. And oh, by the way, the undrafted rookies that are playing right now, such as Kobe Turner. I mean, excuse me. My God, why did I say Kobe Turner? I'm thinking about the Rams. Kobe Bryant. But that's what Terry Fontenot has done thus far. How would you assess, or how would you grade maybe, so much talent that Terry has been able to bring to Atlanta?
I think he still has. I think he's hit at about an average GM hit rate,
Mhm.
as far as finding good depth players, starters, outside of the 1st round. Um, you can see the progression that he's made as a GM, right? His
Mhm.
free agency's always been good. contracts overall, besides the Kirk one, has been good. If I
Mhm.
were to grade him after 5 years, this draft class pulls him out of that C ranking for me. It's a B
B
minus.
minus.
It's a
I
B minus for me.
I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. And obviously, with firms coming in and letting us know the health of the Falcons within the organization as well. GMs are normally tied to head coaches and vice versa. So if Terry is ousted as Falcons GM, there are names, and we'll go through them right quick. Actually, you know what? Here's some of the free agents that Terry has been able to bring in also. We go back to his first year of Kadero Hodge. I mean, yeah, Kadero Hodge, still a hit for Atlanta. Cordero Patterson was an absolute hit
He
for the
was he
Falcons.
was fun when he was here.
He was fun. Jesse Bates, he's still here, still producing at a pretty high level. Bud Dupree and Calais Campbell, both guys when they were here, both put up 7 sacks with Ryan Nielsen. I think they were both hits as free agents
Hmm.
for Atlanta. Oh my God, goes without mention what he's been able to do, or to bring Caden Ellis
Pro Bowl
from New
snub.
Orleans. Pro Bowl snub, second year in a row for Caden. Darnell Mooney, we're on the fence
He's
about
had a
him.
down year. He got hurt. It kind of set him back. So, but that first year, man, electric.
He was electric, electric. Charlie Warner, baby.
Yeah, that was
One
a under the radar, like, okay,
very
we signed a tight end, a backup tight end, and he's been one of the crucial pieces to our run game.
absolutely, man. Wherever Charlie Charlie goes, Bijan goes. But yeah, Ray, and then of course Ray McLeod, right? You got to throw him in there. He was brought in with Terry. Hey,
You
how's
talk
it
about
go
adds a
there?
little salt to the wounds
Yeah.
right now.
I put Caden Ellis twice. And what he's been able to do with contract extensions for some of our key players on Atlanta. AJ Terrell contract extension. When you look at it now, Terry did a phenomenal job with the money. Same could be said for Caleb McGarrett, even Chris Lindstrom, who makes another Pro Bowl. What's that? 4 years in a row. I
Hmm.
think he's what top 5 or 6 now in terms of pay rate for interior offensive linemen.
Yeah, he's
So
dropped down. He was number one at the time, but he's dropped down to like 3 or 4, maybe 5.
maybe 5. So each year, these contracts look better and better. For Terry Fontenot and the player. And if he is let go, you look at some of the organizations that have sustained success, sustainability, good headstrong names or guys they work alongside in the front offices. You look at offices like Baltimore, Buffalo, Philadelphia. Alec Hallaby, that's one name I'm really interested in. That is Howie Roseman's right hand man. The Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously Detroit with Ray Agnew. Ray Agnew working with Brad Holmes over there, and you see what Detroit has been able to acquire in terms of talent, the free agents, and Ray Agnew obviously has a say alongside Holmes, and I just like what Detroit has done. So that's probably my favorite right there. Is Ray Agnew. Yeah, I don't know why this is here. This was at the time, so yeah, we're gonna just do that. We don't need the name McKay at all in Atlanta. We're gonna just go ahead and do that little little cleanup here. We don't need that. No gracias. But y'all get the point. Kansas City, Chris Shea, obviously another guy there that has been with the Kansas City Chiefs for I want to say 5 or 6 years. Has been one of the pivotal front head offices there and acquiring players, doing contracts, and just having all the success, of course, with Kansas City Super Bowl wins. So some names there, some names. Any names stick out to you by chance? Oh, Ed Dodds is another guy from the Indianapolis Colts.
Biggest one for me would probably be Ray Agnew or Hallaby. Those would be the
Ray
two
Agnew,
guys
yeah, I do.
I'm looking at. Getting inside the mind of Howie Roseman. He's been doing it for a long
Mm-hmm,
time, just kind of
mm-hmm,
learning the intricacies. He's Howie Roseman's been proven to draft homegrown talent, re-sign them, keep them going, and then have a good say in the head coach.
mm.
I think Sirianni is an overrated coach. I think he's made I don't know that he knows how to really lead a football team. I think his coordinators do a lot of the work for him, and then he gets glorified for it. You
Mhm.
can see it now, right? He promoted the wrong guy, and that Eagles offense looks like nothing like it did the
Nothing
year
like it.
prior, right?
Yeah.
And now people actually realize that Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 or top 10 quarterback because
G
he doesn't have an he
Mid.
doesn't have an OC that just has an easy button for him, right? He actually
Yeah.
has to go through progressions. He has to actually throw into tight windows. So, but yeah, and you always look towards winning franchises, right? That's what Tennessee did with what's his name, Borgzingi, or I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah.
So they brought in him, and
Yep.
they got Cam Moore. They built a little bit. He's going into his second year now, so it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But yeah, you always want to look at winning franchises when trying to replace a GM.
Yeah. And, just going through some names because we don't know. That January 5th Monday is going to be oh so active. Oh, so active, man.
Shoo.
Can't wait for that one. And, obviously acquiring talent leads you to look into certain areas of the Falcons. And one area, of course, the defensive line, which has been lackluster for many, many years. Terry, remaking that defensive line, kind of picking up where what's his name, Thomas Dimitrov did with the offensive line, and
Mhm.
just and Terry came in, continued to solidify this defensive line. Is all credit to Terry Fontenot, right? You see what Brandon Dorlus has done in his second year as a Falcon, and the rookies that we have now. But I have a question for you, but the chat as well. Who has meant more to this Falcons defensive line, Brandon Dorlus or James Pierce Jr.?
This year, I think
Mhm.
I want to say Brandon Dorless to me.
I'm with you.
I think James is trending in that direction. And we always say temper your expectations with a first year player, no matter what round they were drafted in. It's very rare
Hmm.
to get the production that we're getting out of James right now, right?
Hmm.
7 games in a row with a sack, even if it's a
It's
half, right?
crazy.
But Brandon's been very effective in the middle, also being disruptive in the run game. That's where I I lean towards him as far as
Hmm.
who's been more impactful. And then your buddy Tom Brady. I'm just gonna make a quick comment in the chat.
Oh yeah.
He says Drake May's the MVP. No, no, sir. That's gonna go to Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford.
yeah, I think it's Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford
just
as
be
well.
prepared. Matthew Stafford's putting up the numbers against actual winning teams. I know the schedule is the schedule, but Drake May's playing these what do they call them? Marshmallow defenses.
Marshmallow.
What happened when he played a real defense in Atlanta, right? He made mistakes,
Ooh,
forced some
many.
turnovers. He had some good plays.
Absolutely.
Not
Mhm.
saying that we completely shut him down, but we made it difficult for him. He was still able to pull away the victory, but Matthew Stafford's just on a completely different level.
Yeah, he's still highly productive, man. But Tom Brady, man, thank you so much for the donation to the show. Berto, Merry Christmas, London, Bijan, great. I don't know about QB1. You got to give him time, man. Got to give QB1 time, brother. He's him. He's him. So, yes. So for me, it would be Brandon Dorlus as well. When's the last time we had an impact defensive tackle? Not named Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett was our last impactful defensive tackle. Obviously, okay.
I was gonna say someone put it out. I think it was Trayshawn. I
Mhm.
don't think Grady ever had 8 sacks in a season.
No, so his highest was 7.5 in 2019, and Brandon has he
Eight.
has matched that, which I don't understand. Do they credit him a half a sack in that game?
I disagree with it,
Me
and
too, man.
James. I guess they're saying James forced the quarterback into Brandon, so that's why they're crediting him.
Oh
Doesn't
my
make
god,
sense. Doesn't make sense to me.
he
Brandon
did
did all the
not.
work, and he took the quarterback down. But anyways,
That's what I saw. That's what I saw too. I saw a clear, win, just a pass rush win and got to the quarterback. That was Brandon Dorlus, 7.5 sacks. He's 2 games left. He's inching into some top tier,
that's
old
a that
Falcon legend.
Brandon Dorlus was another Pro Bowl snub. Like it
Absolutely.
stinks because the reason a lot of these guys got snubbed is because of our record.
Yeah. Like honestly, Quentin Williams doesn't have enough games under his belt in the NFC. But the name is great. He holds a lot of weight, but what the fuck, man? Brandon Dorlus has been doing it in the NFC conference, man.
And
since
he's
the
not
beginning of the year.
and it's not like he's just a sack machine. Like he's getting pressures.
He
He's
sure is.
disrupting pullers, right? He's getting up the field,
Mhm.
getting TFLs. He's batting balls down. Like he's reading screens and forcing, things like things you want from a defensive line, an interior guy. Like he is
Mhm.
the guy. Like
He is the guy. Mhm.
I know you were high on him. There were several others
Very.
that were high on him. And so when his
Mhm.
name was said by our great, great fans in Germany, right? The head of that German club, that was awesome, man. I think you
Yeah.
texted me like, "Oh, got
Yeah.
him."
Oh yeah. I was very high on Brandon Dorless, man. Very, very high. Um, but yeah, man, Brandon Dorless, man, if he keeps it up, hopefully he can, put his name number one. Because right now with 7.5 sacks, can you name the only other two Falcons that have double-digit sacks on in a year?
So Vic Beasley did it once.
Defensive tackles.
Oh, defensive tackles.
Mhm.
Ooh. Am I gonna have to go deep in my bag, or is this
Oh, you're very deep.
okay? Then my memory bank is not there.
We
What you
were
got?
in school. We
We
were
were in
in school.
school. Hold on,
Oh, yeah.
you're older than me.
Yes.
What grades to give me an idea?
So if we're thinking mm, 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 mm. So I graduated in 2004.
Okay.
I was ripe and ready, 18 years of age. And then you got to go back 1997, same numbers, two different players, both played the same position.
Oh man, I'm blanking. I don't know.
Uh, so the great Rod Coleman.
Oh no! I should have said his name. I had it in my mind. I was like, the only one I could think of that maybe did it was Rod. Dang it!
Yep. Yep, he had 10.5 sacks. And then in 1997, Travis Hall, the year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah, no, I
was
wouldn't
the
have got
other guy, man. But what's also impressive is something that we're inching on as well is besting our sack numbers, right?
that.
We currently have 50 sacks. When's the last time the Falcons had over 50 sacks in a year?
Whew, man, you got to go way back, don't you?
Oh, you do.
Way
Yeah.
back. I don't know the exact year, but I know it's been a
Yep.
long time.
Yes. Yes. It
What
has.
year?
Oh, 1997. We had
The Super Bowl year.
55, yep, 55 sacks that year.
Isn't
So
that crazy?
we're inching in, man. We're inching in, and it's crazy because I mean, listen, I look at the game. I feel like I know the game well enough, and I feel like recently, Ulbrich, the scheme has changed a bit. And what I mean by changing a bit, he's not dialing up the blitz as much, and he's allowing these young Thundercats, in the words of Big Low Country, these young Thundercats to just get after. And damn it, man, we've been able still to produce, 2 and 3 sacks per game. So against the Rams,
I think we
that's
can.
probably
I think it can happen. You're gonna have to drop into coverage. You got Puka, Tay. I think is out, but you still
it
got
pays
other.
out.
You still got. They're gonna be running heavy 13 personnel.
Yep.
You got to, man. You got to
Has
rely on those guys to beat their man. I think Kevin Dotson
to.
is out, their best guard.
The best guard is out. Yep. I think I
Steven
saw that
Avila is
today.
good, but he's not like the best. Their offensive tackles aren't great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
It could happen, dude. I look at this game in this same exact fashion when we played Buffalo on Monday Night Football. It just feels like something big's gonna happen. Atlanta's gonna it's gonna not. I mean, it's too late in the year to put a statement game of obviously, but like it's one of those games where if we do the same exact things that we did against Buffalo against the Rams, is like holy shit. Like how do you assess the Falcons?
well, that's what I mean. Like, if they come out and win, in a close one, it's the freaking Rams. Like these guys
Mhm.
wanted the number one seed. They have to win to keep up with the number one seed. The way they
They
lost
do,
last Thursday, and so if you were able to take them down, it's like, hey, like these players don't have to play this hard. These guys don't have to do this. They're 2 weeks away from vacation.
baby. Oof. Oh yeah.
Hey,
It's crazy. It's
right?
crazy
So
to think, but it's doable.
some
Mm.
teams use the year prior to build off of.
They do. They do. They absolutely do, man. So that's why I had to ask. Like, oh man, can we get this done, man? Can we get this done? It's exciting. It's exciting. And somebody asked, I gotta see, man. I gotta go back in the chat. I'm sorry, chat. It's just a lot of good talk here, man. And somebody brought the Ulbrich name up, but essentially, do you if the Falcons were to clean house, you know,
Hmm.
is Ulbrich a part of that?
Yeah.
Is Ulbrich a part of that cleaning out?
Yeah, you gotta use Raheem's inability to clean house from the previous regime as an example.
Hmm.
He kept guys he probably shouldn't have, right? T.J. Yates, Dwayne Ledford.
Hmm.
I know a lot of guys. I think Petrie was a guy from Arthur Smith's time.
Michael Petrie, the running
Yeah,
back coach.
I know a lot of people like him. I think he's a good coach, but a lot of guys like Raheem should have just started over and built the guys that he wanted. And even though I like Ulbrich, I think he's done a good job.
Yeah.
He's not he's not the golden boy, right? Because his defense has gotten gashed. His defense has been figured out at times. Like,
Hmm.
can you build off of that? Yeah, you can. Are you banking on a new head coach to keep him? No, I wouldn't. It's kind of the same situation with Nielsen, right? We had an
Hmm.
awesome year with Nielsen. Everyone's like, keep Nielsen, keep Nielsen. And then Nielsen got the ability to go interview and he left because you don't want to sit
Hmm.
around and wait and all the jobs get taken up, right? I don't know if I'm
Hmm.
staying, so I'm going to go interview and take another job. So you just can't count on it.
Understood, understood. Let me shout out a couple people that just made it through. Smitty, what's going on? Yo,
Really?
Lorenzo.
Who's he talking about?
He's talking about me. Dude, he
Oh,
has these oddball fucking names, man. Lorenzo being one of them. Brother Brendan, thank you so much, man. Everything was great. Everything was wonderful. I would definitely hit you up once the show is over, my brother. Thank you so much, buddy. But yeah, man, it's time to preview the Rams and Falcons. We did a little bit. The Rams, just man, like if you want to call them the greatest show on turf, by all means, go right on ahead, man. It's just an offense that just moves the chains. You have a wizard in Sean McVay, a sicko at that, who has actual routes ran through C gaps and B gaps, by these wide receivers, the alignment, the motion. He throws everything at you to confuse your defense, challenge your scheme, just man, it's like looking at Shanahan on the other side because that's what Shanahan does so well. He challenges your scheme. Same thing McVay does, but just it's just highlighted by 1,000, man. It's the way this guy is able to operate. Definitely has the right personnel to run his vision. Obviously, it starts with Matthew Stafford, still playing at an all-time or an elite level. In my opinion, I think you would probably agree with this one, the clear-cut MVP of the league right now as we speak. We'll be down Devontae Adams as we spoke about. But Puka Nakua still an issue, still a problem. Oh my God, homemade cookies. Are those heart shaped?
No, Santa
Oh,
Claus ain't the only one getting cookies tonight, boy.
hey, wait, what time is it? Keep it real, keep it PG, keep it PG, baby. It's
Hey
not.
man, I'm talking about real chocolate chip cookies. Don't worry. Relax there, big dog.
Oh man, I go into another stratosphere of thinking.
Sorry, didn't mean to throw off your thought there, buddy.
No, I mean, listen, man. I mean, this BET after dark hours almost around this place, but past 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Ooh, boy. Oh, good stuff, man. But yes, man, Rams, right? Obviously not having Devontae Adams is going to be key, but they have other playmakers. Tutu Atwell, Worthington is another wide receiver who's starting to build a rapport with Stafford there, and then Williams, the running back, man. They're able to feature him so well, so well within that scheme. He's like Bijan. He can catch out of the backfield. He's an efficient runner. Has good vision. So the Falcons defense this week is going to be tested. Like you mentioned, heavy 13 personnel. So Atlanta has to be, in their integrity, in their rush lanes. Their coverage has to be on point because it's gonna be, track shoes better be tight and ready to be running with this team. But you mentioned, right, why not Atlanta? What about us? Why can't we upset the LA Rams? I think we match up pretty well with the Rams, if I'm not mistaken, man. I really do. Obviously we don't have as talented as a play caller on our side like what McVay is. We don't have that on our side, but Zach's been Zach's been calling some good games as of late. He's putting different nuances into this offense. Obviously, Kyle Pitts is being used the best way we've seen him used in 4 years. But Kirk's been able to spread the ball around. Bijan's been able to be Bijan. Do you feel that that's enough to get at the Rams, to beat the Rams, to hold on to that Chris Shula defense? Because there's some fast guys on that defense as well, man.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We match up really well for the Rams, and I think it, last night, on this roundtable, TJ mentioned that the Rams are pissed off. Like, I don't know if anyone saw Sean McVay's post game presser. Like, he was pissed. Like, it
Mm.
looked like he was seeing red. Like, he didn't want to be
Yeah.
there because he was pissed on how they lost, and that can carry over, right? They had a mini bye to get ready for this game, and even longer one, right? Because they go from Thursday to a Monday night game, but that doesn't mean they're like a shoe in to win, right? You can be pissed off all you want, but if you prepare well enough, you can cause some problems. And I think just like our defensive front, I think is going to give their offensive line fits. Their defensive front is going to give our guys fits. Like I think it's the first time we're facing Jared Verse and Byron Young right at the same time. So
Mhm.
it's going to be a tough matchup. How can Zach mitigate that? I think their corners, even though they are fast, they're small. We have
Yes,
big boys. We have big
right.
boys. Drake and Kyle can bully them, like
Mhm.
flat out bully them. And if I'm Zach, I'm looking to see where Nate Landman is and sniping
Ooh,
him with Bijan Robinson. Yeah, okay. Nate
thank
knows
you.
how elusive Bijan is, and he's
Mhm.
going to be key. If he's on the field in a critical down for passing, you best believe Kirk is going to be looking for that man to take it out on him. Now, that's the same thing because if Kobe Bryant gets the nod to start again, Sean McVay is going to be keying in on the undrafted rookie. This is who I want to go after, Matt. Make sure you're looking that way. That's exactly what Baker Mayfield started doing Thursday night,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
it wasn't anything particularly that Kobe, I think, was doing wrong. He was just fitting the defense and giving respect to Mike Evans, right? They're going to give respect to Puka. I think Puka and Matthew Stafford, they're going to get theirs. They are inevitable. Doesn't matter who the defense is. But we also thought that about Trey McBride, and we broke that
Mm.
that streak of
Woo!
5 catches in a row.
Was it Jesse Bates that was in coverage? Can
Oh,
you confirm that?
bro, most animated I've ever seen. And you don't think Raheem and Zach don't want to win against their former team on
Of
top
course.
of making that first round pick that they own from us even worse, going down, it's out of the top 10 now. Now it could fall even further into the top 15 and potentially another win. Now it's in the 18, 19 range. Like both teams are going to be motivated. This is going to be a fun one. Plus, we're rocking the red helmets, baby.
Oh,
Throwback time.
baby.
This specific helmet right here that will eventually be permanent. No, I don't
Yay.
have sources. This is just me projecting. So it's going to be a fun matchup for those that think we're going to get slaughtered. I don't think so. I think if we
Mhm.
if we do end up losing, it'll be a close one. But I really feel like this could go either way.
Yeah, I said that today on Bleacher Report, man. Had to do the breakdown of the game or preview of the game, and that was my main thing. I'm like, they do a great job playing chess, right? And Atlanta has to mimic that and mirror that. So how do they do that? Is attack their weakness like we know the Rams are going to attack our weakness. And I think the number one weakness for the Rams is that linebacking core and Nate Landman. He's still Nate Landman at the end of the day, right? Yes, he's great instinctual, punching the ball out. He's a good run fit guy, but he lacks severely in coverage. And when you have guys like Bijan and Pitts, hell, even Tompkins there, you want to throw a little speed in just to factor in, just to make it fun. Landman has to, he has to sometimes in that scheme has to bump out and play that or just that play itself or whatever you want to call it. I'm fucking drawing a brain fart over here. But but whatever the case is, you have to hone in on Nate, right? When it's all said and done. Yes, you mentioned the height, right? Our guys tower over their corners. One of their corners is what, like 5'9", 5'10". I mean, we
And
got
then
we got
a buck 42 soaking wet.
we got guys that are 6'3", 6'4", man. It's like, come on, man. It's big bank take little bank. So I'm hoping, right? I'm gonna be very hopeful in this one. My thing that worries me is the speed on this Rams defensive line, right? Kobe Turner. That's
Woo.
that's my
That's gonna be a
fear.
fun matchup between him and Chris Lindstrom.
That is wow. Talk about sharp, iron sharpens iron. Two of the greats, two of the best in this league going mano y mano. And Matthew Bergeron for the up and down he's been this year, if you want to call it that. It's going to be fun to see how he is able to neutralize or help in the run, help the Falcons pass protect against who's over there now? Is it Puna Ford?
Oh yeah, Puna has had an underrated year. Like I don't think people realize because of all the guys up front, Kobe Turner and
Yeah.
all them,
He gets lost.
he gets
He gets
lost
lost
in
in
the
that.
mix. But man,
Yeah.
what did
He,
Jason Kelsey say? Jason Kelsey said that was the guy he hated seeing the most besides Aaron Donald
yeah. Yeah.
because he's short, he's
Mhm.
5'11", but he's got
Mhm.
arms like he's 6'2". So
Yeah.
not only does he win the leverage battle, well now you can't even get your arms on him. So it's gonna be interesting. That was
Yeah.
an underrated signing, and yeah, like you said, he gets lost in that front.
He does. He gets lost in that front. Like I have my concerns too. Like Elijah Wilkinson has been serviceable this year, and obviously he's going to draw Jared Verse as the assignment. And oof, boy, that's speed on speed. Man, it's gonna be fun. I don't give a shit, man. I'm here for the Falcons. I'm here for them to make this interesting. I'm here to see these guys still fight and not quit.
So that leads
So
to give me your prediction.
score prediction.
Oh yeah, let's get into it, baby.
Let's do it. 34-30 at 34-30 Atlanta at home. Hold
Woo!
on. Falcons move to 4-1 in primetime games with a victory on Monday night.
That's crazy. And then that
Four and
that
one.
that record in the red helmets goes up even more.
Yep. Yep.
So I also
Mm.
am taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Ah!
I'm gonna go 31-27 Falcons.
Oh man, Spitty says 30-24 Rams. And that's okay. That's okay. That might be the outcome. But 24 points against a Rams team, that's well balanced. Hey, listen, man, I'll take it, man. We got 35-17, Craig says. I love it, man. I love it. No, and you guys are right, man. It could turn out into that game, or it could turn out into the scores that we're saying right now, more closer to that. So it should be fun. Before we part, man, X Factors. What do you got? Who's your X Factor going into the game?
My X Factor. I'm gonna do two.
Offense and defense. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna do two on the defense in my mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna do these guys because they were a pair coming into this year, and that's the rookies, Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. You need to
Fair.
affect the MVP. You need to get him off his spot because he's going to know where he wants to go to the ball, and he's going to want to get there quick. And if you can be effective and disrupt him, good things will happen for the defense. Offensively, it's going to be the offensive line as a whole, as a unit.
I got one guy on the offensive line exclusively.
Oh, okay.
I think you know where I'm going with that one.
I could go either way, but I'm going to say the offensive line as a whole. You got to get those run lanes opened up for Bijan, and you got to protect Kirk. Who you got?
Offensive line, Ryan Uziel is my X factor.
Oh, I thought there, but I was also thinking you might say Jake Matthews.
Because speed, and he's struggled against speed guys, and we saw he had a pretty bad game against Browning of the Cardinals. He was able to just keep pushing him. Sure, that's fair, but for me, Uziel calling the protections, keeping Kirk upright. This is a fast and furious, front four for the Rams. So I feel like Uziel can struggle against these guys. I mean, Shula's probably going to try and maybe line up Kobe Turner at the zero, right in front of Uziel, or just keep Puna where he has had him all year and give him fits. So for me, it's Ryan Uziel. Ryan Uziel has to turn in a performance like no other. Doesn't matter what the record states. You just got to play for your own, for your own sake, I guess, right? And on defense, he's going to draw another start. So Kobe Bryant for me would be the other guy.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Kobe Bryant for me still, we saw him play against the Cardinals. And look, man, he had hip to hip coverage on that Wilson
Yeah,
bogus
just
play.
bad luck.
It's just bad luck, man. Just bad luck. And I liked what Olbrich said in today's press conference. Kobe's attitude screams superstar, right?
Mhm.
So what we need to see that. We need to see, your teachings put on the field and just, what can you carry from one game to another? I know that he was flopped in and out. Does CJ Henderson's game sealing INT draw him to start? We'll have to wait and see. But I feel like Kobe should still be the guy at CB2 come Monday night, man. And what better test than the Rams and all the speed that they have? Kobe's a guy with speed. Come on, man. Let's put it to the test. Let's see what you're made of, and let's go, man.
Absolutely. Love it.
I love it, man. Man, I love it. Anything else you want to add before we part, man?
As far as the Falcons go, yeah, I mean, I think your son said it. It's like we seem to lock in after we're eliminated, but I think we were always locked in. Guys, think about this. Let me pull this up real quick. We'll get a little off topic, okay? I'm gonna count these out.
Mm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm.
Okay. You know what 5 I'm talking about? Let me see if you can guess.
What? No. Say again. Say again.
So the number is 5. 5 what?
Dude, I fucking lost track of what you were saying. I'm looking at the comments over here.
Oh, you're good. You're good. We have been in. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me restart. Sorry. 1,
Mhm.
2, 3, 4,
Mm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We've been in 9 one-score games this year.
9 one-score games this year.
Okay.
Hmm.
We are 4-5 in those one-score games.
Got to lock in, man.
You take 2 of those away,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're now 6-3, right? 6-3 in
Six,
one-score
six and
games.
three and one-score games.
We're talking like we're in the lead for the division, and this is like a must-win game.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's the type of thing that you guys have to take into account is a lot of these games that these teams win are one-score games. The Buccaneers going into Carolina or facing Carolina last week, they were 5-1 in one-score games, and we see how bad a team they are. See, Avon knew. Avon
Avon.
knew.
Yeah.
Hey,
Shout out
welcome,
Avon.
welcome, Avon. Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Avon.
Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome to the space. Welcome to this Falcons crazy podcasting world, man. Avon, if y'all don't know who Avon
Y'all
is,
make
you
sure
must get up
y'all
on
sub.
game.
Y'all make sure
Go
y'all
check
sub.
out. Absolutely, man. Go sub up to Avon, man. The kid does phenomenal breakdowns. And just talking about the game itself, you can learn a thing or two from that young man. So shout out Avon. Thank you for joining the stream this evening, man. Smitty also in here. Can't go without saying. Join and please subscribe to Smitty Sports Machine. Him and Chris Tip Moore, the pop-up boys, always put on great episodes. So make sure you lock in and tune in to both of those gentlemen on YouTube, man. As you
So
was gonna say.
yeah, so one-score games, it's a year-to-year thing, like Avon said.
Yep.
If you flip the script, Kansas City, that's a perfect example. They had
Mhm.
10 one-score games last year. They were 10-0 in those games. And now look at them. They can't
Yeah,
win a one-score
selling
game to
themselves,
save
man.
their life,
Nothing,
right?
man.
So many factors in those games, right? But at the end of the day, they only look at wins and losses. So that's why I think it's like, what have I said all show? Be prepared for Raheem and company to be back for another year.
Oh man. But hey, listen, it is what it is. And hopefully, if that is the route Atlanta decides to take, boy, oh boy, this offseason is going to be very important. Wait, man, we can't end it like this. How much
Ah,
more time you got?
I got time. I got time.
You got a little bit? Are we running it back with Kirk Cousins?
Listen,
What do you feel?
I understand.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Okay, so the first determining factor for me to know
Mhm.
is who's the OC next year.
Great point. Yep.
If it's Zach Robinson, you might as well say, yeah, it's Kirk once again. And then people are like, oh, the cap hit. I agree. The
Mm.
cap hit isn't great, but if
Yep.
you're going to run it back with him, restructure, spread that money out down the line as the cap
Mhm.
space continues to climb. That money spread out isn't as impactful to your cap space. And then
Correct.
if it doesn't work out in year 3, or if it does work out in year 3, now you've got a year 4. Now Michael can take his time in his rehab. Now he can take his time in working in his technical skills. So that's what I'm saying. If it's Zach, Kirk's back. Hey, that
Kirk's
rhymed.
back.
Call me Dr.
Kirk's back. Yeah, no, man. You hit the nail on the head. It's exactly that's the same way I feel, because now you can tap into the actual plan you had in place, giving Mike the adequate time to you know just learn the playbook a little bit more, work on his footwork, work on his throwing, whatever it is that he has to clean up from college to the pros, and now being in the pros, what he's put out on tape that he can refine going into his said start year, which could be closer to 2027. As much of us may not like it or not, although some update was provided today where he is in the facility, he's rehabbing, he's on schedule, but still, man, it's an ACL injury, right? Those things are typically 8 to 9 months, right? So you don't also want to rush him neither. You don't want to rush him neither. The one favorable thing that Penix has with him may not necessarily be the age, but it's that controllable contract, if you want to call it that. He's not costing you anything to keep on the books, and I'd rather have that. Going forward. At a position that's not breaking the bank, go ride with Cousins, like you mentioned. You can even do a simple restructure or even a simple contract extension and void the years, leading up to past this year or in 2027. And the salary opens up for your books now, which will lead you to be more active in free agency. As Avon says here, Kirk equals known commodity for us. Plus, the QB class in the draft is so thin, it'll make getting bridge QBs much more competitive. Fucking
Daniel
bingo.
Jones is done, right?
Yep.
He tore his
Achilles tear.
Achilles, right?
Same shit as
He's
Kirk.
not playing, right? Mac
Yep.
Jones, is he on a contract year? If he is,
No, he's not. He signed a 2-year deal, but dude, I have so much reservations about him. It's like
he's got to be in a Shanahan style offense.
thank you. He needs to be coddled is the word that I used.
And that's fine.
Yes.
And that's fine, right? We expect these quarterbacks, the bridge quarterbacks, not to be elite, but to be able to bridge that, right, to the next generation or the next QB1 that we have. Another one, right? Jacoby Brissett, he's going to be sought out for, right? He plays respectable football. He can throw the rock, right? Our defense shut him down, but he can throw the rock.
Yay.
Right? So, yeah, to Avon's point, it's going to be hard to get that bridge quarterback because a lot of teams are going to need that coming up, right? And besides Mendoza and Dante Moore, what?
I'm laughing because I'm gonna throw my name out there.
Okay, you know what? I'll wait. What you got there, Bucko? What
you got? Hey, man, look, man. Give me Davis Mills.
We need to end the damn show. This man is still on the Davis Mills.
Hey, man, look.
Man.
Hey, why?
You see that?
Why not?
You see that James Pierce Jr. signed jersey? Give it to me right now.
Oh, man. Hey, look.
No! No! Avon, what are you doing, bro?
Give that man a solid defense as he has with the Texans. Atlanta could do the same thing. We just need him. We just need him to be a game manager. And that's it, man. And that's it, man.
So let me ask you this.
Sure.
Okay. So let's say he is the bridge, right? You go to Kirk and say, Kirk, we're moving on, right?
Yeah.
Cut you. You're willing to take on the $35 million dead cap to sign Davis Mills?
I mean, that one hurts. That one hurts. That one does hurt. No. That's a good gut punch, right? Oh man, it's tough. It's tough, right? And right now, what are we at as far as cap space? Not much, right? So anywhere from 4 to 8 million, somewhere in that range.
Right now, next year, as of it stands right now, we're negative 11 million right now. we need the cap space to go up, right? And of course, Of course, things will change, restructures, extensions. That number will get changed. But as of right now, we're negative 11 million. But here, I'll give you some bridge quarterback names that are going to
Mm,
hit the market. Hold on, next
gotcha.
year, right? Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Future would not allow him
Jimmy
in Atlanta.
Garoppolo,
Ugh.
Trey Lance. There are people that were clamoring for
Mm.
Trey Lance to be in Atlanta. Malik Willis. A lot of people are high on him after what he's been doing under LaFleur, right? If LaFleur
Man.
comes here, I could see it, right?
Mm,
Tyler Huntley, and that's it.
that's it, huh?
That's it. If you want Brissett, if you want Davis Mills, you're gonna have to shell a draft pick. You doing that?
I mean, at this point, Davis Mills re-signed with the Texans. What? 1 year, 12 million or something like that. So honestly, what in conversation are you going to really give up? What is it, Trey?
He's big on Bryce Lance right now, North
yeah,
Dakota State, the wide receiver.
yeah, the wide receiver.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I didn't know that
Trey
was his
plus
brother. Is that
Bryce.
his brother?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine that, dude. That'd be fucking sick,
And then
man.
you know what? I know Avon's on this guy too, but if
Tua.
someone says Tua,
Oh
get
boy.
out. Just get out. It's just as bad as Davis Mills.
Oh my God.
Like, this guy's brain is mush. He
Oh
doesn't know how
man.
to read a defense to save his life.
Davis Mills can.
Oh my god,
It's a
bro.
pretty.
Oh my
It
god.
might happen.
Didn't he have like 10 straight incompletions and was like 9 of 22 that last game he started?
Stats are for losers. Remember
Oh my
that?
god. Quoting our great leader, Raheem Morris.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Now this has been fun, man. A quick one right here, man. Would y'all trade for Shador? Yeah, man, dude. I don't know. I don't. No, I wouldn't. I think I'd pass on Shador, man.
I would pass on it. I think if we wanted Shador, we would have drafted him.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's just.
And we weren't drafting him because we know what happened on that draft day.
Yeah, man.
Good old Jax.
Yeah.
Anyone check
Yeah.
in? Like, is he still alive? Does he still go to his parents? It is the holidays.
I don't know, man.
You think Jeff let him back in the house?
Yeah. He bet that's his son, bro.
Hey, man.
That's his kid, man.
His son almost cost him his job.
Yeah. I don't think Atlanta was gonna do that, man. I think that would have been a heavy slap on the wrist if it was. But yeah, man. All right, man. So yeah, man, this was fun. This was a fun comeback show, man, for sure, man. But please let them know where they can find you, brother.
As always, guys, short form content has been the name of the game this season. With life being a little busy this year, that's all I can get to. At Dirty Bird Central, Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. We'll try and get to the long form content this off season. Hopefully, things settle down. And as always, at BK Squared 7 on Twitter, daily tweets, not just Falcons, but the NFL as a whole. I occasionally troll. I'm not that type of account, but I will give you my honest opinion there.
Oh, wait, before we go, man, Atlanta Falcon fan, damn it, what is happening, brother? What is going on? Long time no see. Hope everything is well with you. He says, what's good, guys? First of all, thank you for the $5 donation. Certainly do appreciate that. He says, what's good, guys? I can't believe I'm saying this, but scrap Cousins, fire Zach, and bring in Russell Wilson.
Make sure you crank up Future's music when he's in the stadium.
Lord have mercy. Russell Wilson?
Nah,
respectfully, man,
that dude's washed.
He's washed.
Even though he does want to play, he wants to start. It's just, hey, man, you just got.
If it came to it, I would take Kirk over Russell. 100%.
Is it 100%? I think Kirk's a better processor now. Russell, I think, still has some juice in the legs, but I would want the more elite processor on my team.
Yeah. That's the juice. He's the juice where you have to just tip over the carton and just smack it just to see if you can get a little bit more out of it. I just don't think he has it anymore, man. Oh, man. But Emmanuel, appreciate the donation, man. Thank you so very much, and also thank you, sir, for coming through this evening. As you was mentioning socials and where they can find short form content, you did miss out on one, which is. Please let the folks know.
As of now. I am your face of the NFC South Roundtable You guys can catch me there every Tuesday, 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
Eight.
Eastern, 8 p.m. I'm thinking 7 my time, so 8 p.m. Eastern. As I go, make sure I humble the Panther creator and their fans, as well as make fun of the Aints and the Buccaneers and their collapse like they did us last year. So
There we
be sure
go.
to tune in. It'll be an interesting one coming because I'm the only one that picked the Falcons on the panel. So I'm either going to talk a lot of smack or I'm going to get a lot of tomatoes thrown my way. But be sure to be there.
Yay. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Of course, man. Coming back after everything, man. Again, as I opened the show, letting y'all know what was going on. Again, thank you so very much for everybody's unwavering support. Really do appreciate it, man. It means a lot to not just myself, my entire family as well. Of course, I'm your boy Berto, host of the 95 North Falcons talk show and the other half of the Reporting Eligible podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Back at it again. You can find us here Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. every Wednesday nights, barring life. And if something does happen, obviously we'll keep you in tune and let y'all know. And also, you can still find me on Bleacher Report, man. Bleacher Report, back at it again there, man. Shout out to the Bleacher Report family, man, because they've been ultra supportive with everything going on, man. So, all the guys there, Carly, Matt, everybody, if y'all ever, come across this episode, man, much love to y'all. Thank you so very much through these trying times. But again, we'll be back at it next Wednesday evening, 9 p.m., breaking down the Rams and Falcons. Hopefully a W. Why not go and say, break down the W? And yeah, man, make sure y'all have your bells notified or your notifications on, so that way when we go live on our respective platforms streaming live together, you guys are tuned in for it. 500 people were peeked in here. Sincerely do appreciate everybody here. Make sure you guys on your way out hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Merry Christmas to everybody, man. Hope
Merry
Santa
Christmas.
is ultra good to y'all and to y'all little ones, man. Merry Christmas. Leave those cookies out for Santa. As for me, I'll just eat the goddamn cookies. That's just what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.